welcome back to another edition of Saturday Night Metal Event here on Metal Ben's Chronicles. That's right, Daddy-O! And tonight, well, what we're going to do tonight, going to play some music, and if anybody joins in, you know what? We'll get a freaking good conversation going here tonight. Now, what we're going to do right now, because we're going to play some music definitely, and we got Metal Rail Fan Mike. Yes, buddy, I did subscribe to your channel. Happy birthday, by the way. Yes, today is Metal Rail Fan Mike's birthday. So yes, definitely wish him a happy birthday, everybody here in the chat room, once you come in. Hell yeah, nothing wrong with drinking some beer, dude. It's your fucking birthday, man. You gotta do something, right? Exactly. Anyways, up first, I figured we'd play some songs. Oh yeah, actually, you know what? Before we get into that, and the link is actually in the description here. So, if you follow me on Facebook and Instagram, I have a Teesprings now. So yes, now I am selling t-shirts over on Teesprings. I can't believe how freaking easy it was to get t-shirts made up. And for the longest time, I always thought you had to pay to get that shit made up. Well, Teesprings is free. Now, naturally, you gotta pay for your shirts, though, if you want to buy them. But anyway, so, yeah, man, if you follow me on Facebook, you already saw these shirts. But I'll give you a better description. There is the Holocaust shirt, On Earth as It Is in Hell, which, by the way, the release date for that has been pushed to July. I want to do some touch-ups on it before it's released. And it will be released on Bandcamp. So definitely follow the Holocaust Bandcamp. I'll put the link in the description here in a minute. And on the back of the shirt says, "Humanity has failed us." It's probably hard to read. Anyway, you can see it on Facebook or on Instagram. If you're friends with me on Facebook and follow me over on Instagram. And, well, I showed this one before. Now, I did change the back design a little bit, but we got the Metal Ben's Chronicles shirt. And you know it, where metal lives. So yeah, man, and these shirts come in all sizes, from small to 5X. So if you're interested in a shirt, I'm only selling these for $16. And, I got hoodies on there too. I got a long sleeve shirt on there too. And I got a woman's shirt on there too. But yeah, definitely check out the Metal Ben's merch store over on Teesprings. And grab yourself a t-shirt. We got Chris Knotts here. Yes, Chris Knotts is here also. Another big supporter of Metal Ben's Chronicles. And a good friend of mine from the Podcasted Stone Group. Bunch of good people over there, man. Hell yeah. I'm going to explain why the Dio tribute never happened. Like, originally I was going to do it last Sunday, as you all know. Well, I ended up falling asleep. I was just real tired that day. Then I rescheduled it for Friday, well, I ended up doing another stream instead. And, well, now, as far as the Dio tribute part 2 goes, I did a tribute last year for Dio, obviously, when he passed, or, to celebrate 10 years. I think I'm going to wait till July to do a part 2. There's stuff I want to do for part two, and there's no way I would have got it done in time, for Friday. So yeah, that's what's pretty much up on the channel. But yeah, so right now, I'm going to play y'all a tune. Now, I was talking with Scott Waters on Facebook today. Scott Waters, big VC member, has his own record label called No Life Till Metal, his own website, No Life Till Metal, lead vocalist of Ultimatum. I was talking with him on Facebook today, and yeah, he sent a link for a band called Combat Faith, which is a Christian thrash metal band who came out, I believe, in the late 80s. But anyways, they have Alan. Hope I'm getting the right. I hope I'm getting the last name right here. They had Alan Tuma on drums, who would go on to be the drummer for Ultimatum. So pretty much what I'm going to do right now, we're going to play a track from Combat Faith. Now, this track I have not heard. It's called Child of Fire, and it will be coming out on Rox Records. All right, that was Combat Faith with Child of Fire. Killer stuff, man. I never actually heard that song. The one I did hear that Scott put up on Facebook was In Your Face, which was also a killer track. Now, they definitely remind me of Deliverance. Big time. Especially the vocals. It definitely reminds me of early Jimmy P. Brown. Alright, so you guys can hear the music okay? I know I don't have the best equipment yet, but hey man, we will get there. But yeah, that was Combat Faith. Thank you to Scott Waters, good friend of mine from No Life Till Metal. And definitely subscribe to Scott Waters' YouTube channel if you're not subbed. Because this guy knows everything about metal. I'm telling you. And has a massive collection. But anyways, yes, I put my link in the description for my Bandcamp page. If y'all want to follow me over on Bandcamp, I could definitely use followers over there. I don't have very many yet. So definitely do that. Oh man, my top 10 favorite bands. Oh gee, I get asked this a lot, dude. I'm really not sure, to be honest with you, but I'll name a few of my favorites. Sabotage, Black Sabbath, Iced Earth, Metallica, Overkill, Scorpions, let's see, Merciful Fate, nah, I'm not gonna say Anthrax. Megadeth, I'll say Megadeth. Let's see, Testament. Put me on the spot here, dude. Okay, I'm gonna have to say for a 10th band. Who? So many damn bands. And I'm still struggling with the 10th band. Judas Priest. Judas Priest. There you go. I'll just say those bands right there for now. I mean, them are the ones that sticks out for me, you know. Anyways, so for Mike, excuse me, for Metal Mike Relfan for his birthday, he wants some he wants some Symptom of the Universe by Black Sabbath. Just gotta really watch playing a lot of this stuff. I don't think I'll get nailed for playing Sabbath. Like, I actually had to put the other one we did on private because, well, near the end, I was kind of going out of hand and playing stuff I knew I probably shouldn't have played. But I think we can get away with Symptom of the Universe. Symptom of the Universe, excuse me. Maybe the first thrash metal song.
Take my hand, my child of love, come step inside my tears. Swim the magic ocean, I've been praying all these years. When our love will ride away into eternal skies. A sense of the universe and love that never dies.
Then we get this trippy ending.
My child of love's creation, come and step inside my dreams. In your eyes, I see no second. You are all that love and dreams. Take my hand and we'll go riding. The sunshine from above.
Cheers to everybody out there.
My happiness together. The summer skies of love.
All right. Symptom of the Universe by Black Sabbath 4. Metal Rail fan Mike's birthday. Wish him a happy birthday, everybody. So we got Johnny Trash, 1978 in the house. I am doing good, man. We got the King of Swords, Mike here. Welcome, brother. We got Damage Incorporated, Ryan Arnold here. Am I missing anybody? Oh, we got Speed King here. All right, we got Speed King in the house. What is up, everybody? I believe Metal Ralph fan Mike wants to know what are my favorite beers. Okay, well, I like Heineken, Yingling Lager. I like some Samuel Adams Oktoberfest or Oktoberfest. I don't know if you classify it as a beer really, but I like Woodchuck. I think Woodchuck is freaking good stuff. I like oh, let's see what else. I mean, I like PBR, for budget beer, Keystone Light when I'm drinking tonight, for like budget beer. So yeah, them are probably like the main beers that I like. I mean, there's other beers too, like Trogs. Trogs has a lot of good beer. You know, I honestly have no clue, to be honest. But yeah, it seems like we got everybody here tonight. Now, I think I'm gonna go back to the tunes for a little bit. Because if Chris Knotts is still here, I got something coming up for you, my friend. Here is some Fear Factory, some new Fear Factory. And the track is Disruptor from the upcoming new album coming out in June. Oh yeah, bro. brand new Fear Factory right there. And looks like that's going to be Burton C. Belt's last album. Because as everybody knows, he's no longer in Fear Factory. Oh, that's a whole messy situation right there. Man, one thing that sucks about the music industry is the business aspect of it. That's for damn sure. Oh, cool, Speed King. And King of Swords asked me what are some of my favorite some of my favorite metal magazines. Excuse me, there. Well, I used to read Metal Maniac magazine all the time. Um, Metal Hammer was one I used to read. The one I used to really like was a magazine out of Canada called Brave Words Bloody Knuckles. What a cool magazine. It came with a free CD. I still have my magazines actually from them, and I still have all the CDs that came with it too. It was really cool because of that it was a good way to hear bands, you never heard. And you'd get a free CD in each issue. It was really cool. Um, Metal Edge, I mean, yeah, more commercial, but yeah, I used to buy Metal Edge from time to time. Um, Trying to think what else. Terrorizer, you know, kind of sucks too because a lot of the metal magazines aren't around no more. Kind of miss them. I miss the old magazines. And before the internet, that's pretty much how you found out about bands was through these magazines. You know. Well, so you got the new UDO live album, live in Bulgaria. Okay, yeah, I remember hearing about that. I believe he's working on a new studio album. Favorite Overkill album? Oh, all of them. No, I guess if I were to pick one Overkill album I probably like the most, I'm gonna go with Taking Over. Taking Over is just freaking amazing. I mean, classic thrash metal. But it's true, I like every Overkill album. Um, oh yeah, I remember Classic Rock magazine too. It always came with a free CD too. I never really bought those back in the day, but like I think a couple of the magazines still exist. I think Terrorizer still exists, and I believe Metal Hammer's still around. I mean, it's been probably 10 years since I bought a metal magazine, to be honest. Because where I live at, I noticed around 2010, the magazines just started to disappear. I'm like, what the heck's going on here? You know? I'll see you like Taking Over also. Cool. Oh, man. I think I might actually play a track from that album. It is tough. I mean, Overkill has so many good albums. I mean, a lot of good Overkill albums, I'm telling you. Seems like we've been talking about Overkill a lot lately, which is cool. I love talking about Overkill. So yeah, the stream I did Friday night where I was in a bad mood, I put that stream on private because I don't think anybody wants to hear fucking 15 minutes of ranting. But the stream actually did turn out good, so I might actually edit out the rant part and just keep the rest of the stream because the stream actually did turn out good. I was just really in a shitty mood that day, but it's all good. Also, it's no longer around. Yeah, the magazines, for the most part, are pretty much gone. It does suck because I used to love those magazines. Also, you like Ironbound the best? That's a good comeback album. If you really want to call it a comeback album, because Overkill never disappeared. I guess if you want to take Ironbound and compare it to their 80s work, it would be somewhat of a comeback to more of their thrash metal style. But yeah, Overkill was still constantly putting out albums before Ironbound. Yep, legendary band, kick ass band. I love Overkill. Ooh, that's a good one. From the Underground and Below. Yeah, wouldn't expect that one. It's a good album, though. I believe that's actually Bobby Blitz's favorite Overkill album, too. So that's pretty interesting. So many great albums, though. I mean, even albums you don't hear about much, like The Killing Kind, I Hear Black. It actually seems like Necroshine comes up a lot these days, which is a good album, too. I hope so, too, man. It's going to be their 20th album, man. I'm looking forward to it. I always look forward to anything new by Overkill. Gotta get me an Overkill shirt. Every time I go online to look for Overkill t-shirts, I can never find one in my size. Because I'm a pretty big guy. I mean, I'm 6'7". So that's why I made my Holocaust and Metal Bends Chronicles shirts up to 5Xs, because I don't think it's fair when bands make t-shirts and they only go up to a 2X. That really isn't fair, because there are bigger people out there and taller people out there that wear like a 3X, a 4X, or a 5X, you know? Yep, I'm a tall dude, man. In fact, if I were to stand up, I'm pretty much almost as tall as my ceiling. I'll put it that way. We don't need to hear that. Fucking neighbors driving by playing their fucking whatever the hell reggaeton music. Yeah, we don't want to hear that. So what we're going to do, since we're talking about Overkill, how about we play some Overkill? Let's play the Green and Black from Ironbound. Oops. And Chris thought, you are right, my friend, the green and the black from Ironbound. Man, I can't believe that album came out 11 years ago already. Over 11 years ago now. Because I remember getting it back when it came out, you know. Hard to believe. I could see why people might call that a comeback Overkill album, even though technically Overkill never went away. Because that album really had some strong riffs on it, you know. So yeah, I kind of get that. Not to say that any Overkill album's weak at all, but the album before Immortalist, Relics 14 might have been a bit of a step down, you know. Maybe Killbox 13 to an extent, but I love those albums. I mean, I'll admit I don't listen to Relics 14 much, but yeah. But freaking Ironbound, holy crap. Then the following album, The Electric Age, that was a really killer album too. You know, just absolutely killer stuff that came out in 2010, 2012, you know. But anyways, I'm going to play another long thrash metal track from a band that made a comeback in 2020 and put out their first album in 30 years. I'm talking about Acid Rain. I'm going to have to revisit that album too. But anyways, we're going to play a track from Acid Rain from their 2020 comeback album. Or did it come out in 20? No, you know what? It might have came out in 2019. My bad. So this is from the album The Age of Entitlement. Yes, that's the title. I have my CD somewhere of it, but yeah. And I'm going to play my personal favorite track off of here, which is over 8 minutes long. I'm talking about Within the Woods. Most disappointing band of the 1990s? Ooh. Have to think about that. That's a freaking awesome track, man. Within the Woods by Acid Rain. That was my favorite album of 2019, by the way. I had to really think back on it. Yes, definitely a killer album, man. 2019 had some really cool releases. A lot of comebacks too, when it pertains to thrash metal. You know, you had Zendrick to come back. Oh man, you had a great Flotsam and Jetstam album that year. Jeez, just a lot of good stuff. A good Death Angel album came out in 2019. Yeah, man. But anyways, back to the comment section. Disappointing bands in the '90s. Oh man, the '90s was a weird decade. I feel like a lot of metal bands weren't putting out their best efforts in the '90s. I really do, because there were a lot of mediocre albums, and a lot of bands were changing their sound, trying to fit in with the grunge alternative thing or the groove metal thing, and I don't know. With some bands, it just didn't work, you know. Or you had a few bands try to make their version of the Black Album, by Metallica. Yeah, yeah, the '90s was not so metal friendly. Let's put it that way. Like Sepultura, yeah, they were putting out some pretty mediocre albums after Chaos AD. Like me, I do not like Root. Against was another bad album. Nation was another bad album. Warback wasn't very good. Yeah, it was just a weird decade, man. Like you still had bands putting out good music, like Merciful Fate. I think put out some good albums in the '90s. King Diamond was still dishing out albums in the '90s. You know, but yeah, overall the '90s was weird. You know, but I'll tell you what, man. I'll take the '90s over what's popular today. That's for sure. Music that's in the mainstream today and that's popular today is just absolute shit. I'd rather listen to grunge over today's music any day. I'm just saying. You know. And there's a couple grunge bands I did like. I do like Soundgarden. I like Alice in Chains. I like the first. Yeah, I do like the first Stone Temple Pilots album. So there was a couple I did like that didn't, that weren't bad. But for the most part, it was a bizarre decade. Even though, I like bands like Faith No More also. So yeah, those are pretty much the bands I liked in the '90s. Helmet too. I did like the album Meantime by Helmet. You know, but for the most part, yeah, like I said, man, the '90s were bizarre. Yeah, even Creator was really experimenting in the '90s, especially on albums like Renewal, um, Endorama. Yeah, Cause for Conflict. What's the other album? Well, it's got Phobia on it, and I cannot think of the name of the album off Outcast. The album Outcast. Very different, more goth metal, than anything. Man, that's funny you mentioned that. I just bought Super Unknown. I bought it used. I'm like, you know what? I need this album again. Well, CD. I need to get it again. So yeah. Oh my god, dude. The track Fourth of July on that album is so killer. You know? I mean, Yeah, 4th of July is a freaking excellent track from Super Unknown. Bad Motorfinger was a cool album. So yeah, man, these people that say the '90s was a shit decade for music, yeah, I can understand it because it wasn't very metal friendly. But I'm not going to sit here and say the '90s was completely terrible because it really wasn't. You got to think too. We had a lot of death metal and black metal coming out too in the '90s, and a lot of European power metal. So there was still good music coming out in the 1990s. You know, oh, the most metal grunge bands. Good question. Very good question. I would say maybe the Melvins, because the Melvins could be pretty darn heavy too. Um, Another one's a band called Tad. They weren't around real long. I know they put out an album called Inhaler back in the '90s. They were kind of like a grungy groove metal type of band. And of course, you had White Zombie too. Oh yeah, man. I mean, Pantera was fucking kicking ass in the '90s with what they did. They were the ones keeping metal on the map. A lot of people like to debate that and debunk it, but it's true. Pantera kept metal on the map in the '90s, and they didn't have no mainstream or radio play doing it. What Pantera did in the '90s is pretty similar to what Metallica did in the '80s, when you really think about it. Because back in the '80s, Metallica was coming up. They weren't getting no radio play or much, or they weren't getting no support by the mainstream really. They built their own following, and they got themselves on a tour with Ozzy Osbourne for Master of Puppets, obviously. So I feel like Pantera did the same thing in a lot of ways. So yeah, anybody that says the '90s was complete shit, they're a fucking idiot because it wasn't complete shit. There was still good music being put out in the '90s. It was a damn good decade too. Compared to what's out today, people should be angry about what's out today. Music today is terrible in the mainstream. Absolutely horrible. But anyway, let me get back to the Tune Age here. And speaking of eccentrics, we're going to play a track from their Bury the Pain comeback album from 2019. And guess what? There will be consequences.
live or die. You pay. Live for a fleeting moment. Your past is almost here. Your justice speaks to me and none. The future's very clear. Across the passing moment, to which the point is made. Now the next time you raise your head, I hear you twice away. There will be consequences. It has to be this way. It has to be this way. There will be consequences. Red destiny, so right to place to the rest. Do you live or die? You pay. Conquering power, going for grace, divinity hour. The freelancing tide, refuse deny. You bring a storm of hatred, with every life you end. Deluded by what you believe, no hope for you, my friend. You leave a footprint on this one side that you are here. You're just a pointless piece of shit that needs to disappear. There will be consequences. It has to be this way. It has to be this way. There will be consequences. Redemption is correct. The president of rest is to live or die. You pay.
Alright, that's Eccentrics. And Speed King wants to know what my favorite Eccentrics album is. And I'm with you, I really like For Those. Excuse me here, holy crap, my bad. Oh yeah, For Those Who Advantage. Yes, that is my favorite album of theirs. I need that in my collection yet. Every time I find a copy of it, it's so damn expensive to get. But yes, that would be my favorite album by Eccentrics. Easily. Yes, Shattered Existence is a great album too. Yeah, really great band. I believe they're working on a new album too, which is cool. In fact, you know what? We're going to play some classic Eccentrics right now. Centrix, however you pronounce it. I always say it wrong, I feel like. Centrix, I think that's how you say it. But yeah. So, anyways, well, how about we play the title track for Those Who Advantage from their 1990 album of the same name.
Don't put this in me today. I'm continue to walk. You put some women on the couch. Not harming anyone. Invading trust. I is unjust. My reality. Visible truth. It's like a yoke. While you push my way. They do not want to say. They won't do it. Husband has no better share. Out of necessity. Competence and sickly brain. Worn out mentality. A body's choice. Death to the voice. This machine of the night. You violate. Claim to create. It's my responsibility. They do not want to say. They won't do the right. All is not that change anyway. It's like nothing time you will play. He is raping those who have to obey. I'm disappointed. I'm deserved. I'm ashamed. Unexplained. I'm
Yeah! Yeah, man. I hope I can find a copy of this someday. It's not freaking like $75 for a copy or whatever. Such a good album. Oh man, you can definitely tell they kind of had a and Justice for All type of Metallica vibe to their sound. You know, that's kind of the vibe and influence I get with with Zentric's earlier work. You know, but anyways, I'll be back in a minute, guys. Gonna take a little intermission. All right, I'm back. All right, I'm back. Yes, excellent track. I believe my good friend from Texas, Ozzy's going to join us very shortly. My good friend Ozzy Hernandez from Texas. I believe he's going to be coming in the chat room here very shortly. So for now, we're going to get back to the tunes. If anybody has any requests, let me know. But for now, I think I'm going to play some. You know what? Somebody mentioned Danzig earlier. So you know what? We're going to play some Danzig. And we're going to play my favorite track off his most recent album. That's right. Which... what the hell was it? God, I can't remember the name of the newest Danzig album that came out a couple years ago on Nuclear Blast. But anyways, we're going to play the track Last Ride. Black Laden Crown. That's the album. Black Laden Crown.
Yeah, but there's a chill in my side, and then there's nothing till the sunlight cries. The glazing eyes out full of light, and then there's nothing till the sunlight cries. Now when you open that veil of night, and you're too dumb to realize that you're going out on your last ride. And I'm lonely when the world has died, and I'm killing time down on my last ride. And I'm lonely when the world has going down. Well, I'm lonely. Well, the world has died. Yeah, I'm killing time. Down on my last ride. Fuck, I'm lonely. Well, the world is coming down. Hey! And I'm gonna take that ride. And I'm gonna take
All right. Some dancing before that, and obviously that was Pantera with a new level. Damn right. All right, Speed King, thanks for dropping by the chat. And, well, I believe we're going to keep going here until about 1 a.m. And, yeah, that's pretty much what we're going to do here on Metal Bends Chronicles now. We're going to get back to the music. We're going to go all the way back to a bit of sad Wings of Destiny. And how about some Victims of Change by Judas Priest?
Takes another drink or two. Things for better when he's through. Chillin', coolin', what's up? I want to know what is it like? Get out, no, ruin. I'm had enough. Yeah, lost me. She was wonderful. Once she was fine. Once she was beautiful. Once she was mine. She was mine. She just come over. Doesn't see me anymore. She just come over. She doesn't see me anymore. She
still gives me chills. Oh man, there will never be another Rob Halford, man. There's a reason why we call Rob Halford the Metal God, if you know what I'm saying. What an icon, what a legend, and the true voice of heavy metal, in my humble opinion. We got Metal Rail fan Mike back in the house. Hope you got a beer with you, man. Hope you're enjoying your birthday, dude. But now, up next. Hold on a minute. Kind of messed up there. The band we're going to play next is a one-man black and thrash metal project called Hellripper from Scotland. That's right. Excellent band, I'm telling you right now. And we're going to play a track from their recent album, The Affair of the Poisons. That's right. And I think the track we're going to play is... How about Savage... Excuse me, how about Savage Blasphemy? Yeah, let's go with that one. Telling you what, man, you can feel the fire and energy in those riffs. Holy fuck, dude. Hellripper is an amazing band. Oh, man. The riffing in this track really reminds me of Kill 'Em All era Metallica, especially a track like Hit the Light. Damn. or even like early Megadeth, like on Killing Is My Business, because of the technicality and the speed of some of the riffs. Oh my god, man, Hellripper definitely has a fucking bright future ahead of them. Excellent one man black and thrash metal project, dude. Oh my god. We're gonna play another kick ass band who just put out their third album. And I'm actually relatively new to this band. And their newest album is called Dealing Death. It was released on Metal Blade Records. I'm definitely going to be getting this. So we're gonna play a track from that album called, well, we're going to play the self-titled track right now, Dealing Death by Vulture. Xavier! What's up, dude? That was Vulture, kick-ass, new wave of traditional heavy metal band with a bit of a old school thrash metal feel to it. Well, we got Xavier in the chat right now from Sadistic Oppressor. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna play a track from the debut album by Sadistic Oppressor right now. Blessing of Terror. How about it?
Never helped his wife, meant to a big child, blessed with time. The best child of the man, give him what it's time, go to listen to. Let's get to now we face the lies. We will be recounted, and then the waste die. But I will be this is a pressure looking at you.
That was Sadistic Oppressor right there. With Blessing of Terror. And we're going to play probably 2 more tracks. And that's going to be it for the show. We got Mr. Ryan Arnold from Damage Incorporated back in the chat room. That's right. Speaking of which, yes, we are still going to do Damaged Chronicles episodes. So those aren't going away either. Those will definitely happen in the near future. In fact, we're thinking of an episode we can do right now as we speak. And let's shout out a few awesome YouTube channels right now. Lair of Alchemist. Go subscribe to that channel. Excellent YouTuber. Let's see. Obviously, Pete Pardo and Sea of Tranquility. Subscribe to that channel. Excellent channel. You got Almost Human 56. Ralph Vieira. Go sub to his channel. One of the originators around here. And one of the best. And go subscribe to Damage Incorporated also. Ryan Arnold, the Demon Master. Xavier has a YouTube channel. Go subscribe to his YouTube channel under his name, Xavier Dudas. Let's see, Scott Waters. Go sub to Scott Waters. Definitely. I feel like there's channels I'm missing. Oh yes, go subscribe to Mountaintop 9. Excellent YouTube channel. If you like horror movies, if you like metal reviews, that's the channel for you. Go subscribe to Mick Watkins 85 from the band Wild Ride. Hope I don't butcher this last name. Go subscribe to Edward Catastrossi also. Another excellent, underrated YouTuber who needs more subscribers. All these channels I'm saying right now, in my opinion, are the best channels on YouTube. That's right. And that's just what I think. Because they're entertaining and they're good. There's a lot of other channels too, but those are channels I'll mention for now. We're going to get back to the final 2 tracks here tonight. Hey man, we're going to go back to the album North From Here from Sentenced. And yeah, let's play the opening track. Sky, my sky is darker than thine.
So kind, frozen time, the
Man, Early Sentence is so good, especially North from Here. That's easily probably their best album, to be honest. I mean, man, you talk about excellent, just excellent guitar work, everything, man. Great album. Now, to end this show, we're going to leave off with some classic ripping Corpse. Alright, that is the show for tonight. And this show is sponsored by beer. Beer! That's right. Because what goes good with metal music? Obviously, beer does. And that's the show for tonight. That is Saturday night metal event for tonight. So, until next time, peace. Hit the subscribe button. Follow me on Bandcamp. Get yourself a Holocaust or a Metal Bents Chronicle shirt, and hit that like button. Till next time, keep it metal.